who wasn't as fast as he used to be. But Donald Trump is an older man who is absolutely deranged. And I mean, there's no nice way to say this. I'm sitting here trying to figure out a way that I can tactfully say, but he's deranged. He's slipping completely off the rails, and these people have to be able to sit back and see it. And I really go back to something a friend of mine said years ago. He actually said it, I think, during Trump's very first year in office, the first go around. He said, man, I just think these people are going to use him because he connects with people, and people are dumb enough to believe anything he says. And I believe they're just going to use him to sign as much stuff into place as they can until they finally just one day get rid of him themselves. They'll just find a way to invoke the 25th Amendment. He said that all the way back in like 17. And then when, Trump was voted out and we went on, I thought, well, maybe that's the end of it. But now that we're back, I think about that a lot, especially when I just see him holding up these executive orders. And more here lately, we're hearing him say, which he's always said this, but more and more here lately, we're hearing him say things like, well, this is the first time I'm hearing of it. I've never heard of that. And we're also hearing him say, I've got people working on that. I have nothing to do with that. I'm not in charge of that. That's not my decision to make. He's the president of the United States. In my lifetime, I have never heard the president of the United States say, well, I got people looking at that for me. I don't know anything about that. I never heard of that. And folks, you wouldn't get away with that at any job you work at. I know I wouldn't. I know I never did. I know that if my boss or my supervisor walked in and asked me why something wasn't done that was on my watch and was supposed to be done on my watch, I know that if I had have turned to one of my old supervisors and said, yeah, well, I've got somebody else working on that, that's not really my place, he would stop and go, no, it's absolutely your place. That's what we hired you to do. That's why you're here. Why did you hand it off to somebody else? They wouldn't even let you say that in any world, and that's the part that gets me about Trump. I've never in my lifetime seen a more pampered individual in all walks of life. People throws that guy softballs and just pats him on the back and tells him he's doing a good job. And when they all sit around in the circle at the table and just all sit back and just praise him to no end, it is some of the absolute sickeningest things I've ever seen. It truly is. But we'll see. I honestly... How do we get through 4 years of that? How do we get through 4 years of a guy who doesn't know anything about it? He's got people working on it. I saw Midas Touch had a headline one time said, we regret to inform you that it's going to get worse. I don't mean to bring down the room, and I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, but how does that get any better? Can someone explain that? How does this guy get better? And how does he come back from this clusterfuck? I'll never know.